Paddy's Podcast, WATP.
I want to talk about Man-Pad Episode 2. So this is, of course, our boy Manny Muskets, and he is partnered up with Paddy Broken Skull. And once again, the show starts off, Paddy loves to have the sound bed, the music bed underneath, and Manny can't fucking stand it.
Can you turn the music down just a little?
How's that?
It is still just as loud, nothing changed.
It's quiet as shit on my end.
Dude, it's loud as shit on my end. And now it's getting quieter. All right, so did you want to complain first, or should I?
I always thought, this is so crazy of me, I always thought Paddy put that shit in post. I didn't realize he's talking over that the whole fucking time that he's podcasting. That's annoying.
The story checks out, though.
It sounds like shit.
It does.
So Manny's just like, come on, man, really? We're playing this music again? All right, so this is going to come back a couple times throughout the show where Manny gets a little annoyed by this, and then Paddy's upset that there isn't music. They'll figure it out. They'll find their way. I have a lot of hope for these two. I think that they're a good podcasting duo. I think they're a good team. But this is the thing that I heard at the beginning of the episode. My ears perked up and I went, oh, please tell me this is going to happen.
Well, I want to pitch that to you as well, because I have a lot of material that I write that I haven't used on stage. I've only done it twice, but I got some stuff that I read back and I'm like, this is fucking, there's something here. But I don't have the comedy brains around me to make that, you know what I mean, to make it an actual thing. So maybe at the end of the episode, I'll share a joke or two jokes. You can share a joke, bring up an old one, whatever you want to do. But let's see if we can use the end time to figure out if there is a punchline to anything that I'm saying.
That's the best fucking idea I've ever heard in my life.
That's amazing. So the fact that he says, at the end of the show, I want to read some old jokes that I have in my notebook over here. I'm like, let's get to that right now. Yeah. What are we waiting for? Let's get to it. So
spot the punchline. I like this.
Yeah, good news is that this is coming up. Paddy almost forgot. Manny's just like, no, we got to, or maybe it's the other way around. Either way, thank God it does happen. So that's a little tease. We are going to get to that. But this is a complaint show. The Man-Pad is all about, what are you complaining about? What am I complaining about? Basically, it's Manny doing the biggest problem in the universe without calling it the biggest problem in the universe, which is great. It's a great format. What's on your mind this week? What's bothering you? What makes you rage? And so Paddy's complaint is mushroom haircuts on white guys.
Of course.
It's a big problem.
It really is, yes.
I bet you go into any fucking Great Clips today, they flip the chairs upside down on purpose for that haircut. They're like, we got a lot of people wanting them. We had to make different chairs. Fucking stupid. That's why I cut my own hair. Fucking what, dude? I'm not going to waste my time with somebody messing it up who I have to give $12 at the end. I can really do this podcast forever and ever. There's so many. Like they keep coming as I'm doing the podcast, really.
Okay, so there's a couple of things going on here. First off, Paddy's feeling it. He's like, I can fucking complain about shit all day. I got so many quips. I got so many things to rant about. So he's loving it. I can do this. I love overconfident Paddy. He's the best. I can do this all day. I'm killing it. You heard Manny right there go, 12? Just like you did, producer Chris. So this is Manny calls him out for this.
Where do you find a $12 haircut? Because in Philly, you're paying like $40, $50 a cut before the tip, most places.
Sorry, what was that?
I asked, where do you find these $12 haircuts?
Oh, dude, I haven't had that's what I mean. I haven't had an actual haircut at a place since it was $12. You know what I mean? Back when haircuts were $12, that's the last time I was ever in a place.
So he's cutting his own hair.
I spent $35 on a Flowbee, and I've been saving money ever since.
Right, yes. Look at all these suckers, these barbers, idiots. So not only is he cutting his own hair, but I also like the way, this is almost like anti-Tom Segura, where Tom Segura likes to call people for being poor. Paddy's just like, dude, you're paying money to get your haircut? What are you, an idiot? I'm cutting my own hair. You know what else I'm doing? I'm giving myself my own tattoos. Yeah,
I'm not going to do the same quality of tattoo on another person I am myself, because I am willing to put myself through hell multiple times to make it look halfway decent. I don't care about you. You're just a customer, and I'm doing this in a basement. Get off me. You know what I mean? I need music in the background, dude. This is making me uncomfortable and self-conscious because you're not laughing as much as you should be.
So that's very
I need to cancel my tattoo appointment.
Just do it yourself, man. You're going to do a better job. when you do it yourself. So Manny's not finding him hilarious. Paddy thinks he's killing it with these rants he's going off on. So this goes on for a while, explaining how much he tattoos himself and all the stuff that he's doing. And Paddy is a pretty talented artist. I will give him that. I don't know how many of his tattoos that we see on him he's done himself. I'd be interested to know which ones, but he's a pretty talented artist. I've known people who have tattooed themselves before. Usually it looks like they've been in prison.
Yep.
Usually doesn't work out great. You know, you don't want the logo to be upside down on your knee. That's always, oh shit. It's never a good thing. Also, if you tattoo yourself in the mirror, that could lead to some problems as well. But anyway, Manny doesn't have any tattoos. And so Paddy explains how he feels about tattoos and loses confidence immediately and then tells the truth.
But also, I can't think of anything that I care enough to put it on my body.
That's
Like,
not what it is to me. I don't care that much about any of it. It's just fun. And then also, I always live by this. Daniel Tosh had this joke about people covered in tattoos. He's like, that's going to look ridiculous when you're 95. And it's like, nobody covered in tattoos lives to 95. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not really worried about it too much. But I also had this idea in my head that I would be doing something in my career or in a career that would allow that, you know, specifically my music shit. It's like, if I fucking got huge doing vocals, it'd make more sense.
Okay. There the truth comes out. He goes, well, I was trying to look like a rock star because I thought I was going to be a rock star. So I thought that'd be, I think a lot of young people do this. They fall into this thing where they're just like, yeah, all the people who I admire and I look up to tattoo their face, so I'm going to do that too. And it's like, yeah, but you're going to be a bank teller someday. So maybe you don't want to do that. You don't really have the chops like these people that you look up to. So anyway, I thought that was funny because Manny explains, because Paddy's like, you don't have any tattoos? Manny goes, do you see how dark my skin is? You think a tattoo would show up on here? Which, good for Manny. I found out what his accent is. It's not autism 100%. He was born in London.
Oh,
okay. So he's got a London accent going. Good to know. A lot of questions around that the last time we were bringing this up. Okay. So Paddy brought a bunch of complaints. He's over-prepared for this episode because normally they go two each. But Paddy's like, I'll tell you what, I'll just tell you all my complaints and we can figure out what we want to talk about.
Number 1, talking with food in your mouth. Number 2, repetitive true crime cases. And number 3, people who drive fast with nowhere to go.
Well, I mean, any one of those is a good jumping off point for a conversation, I would imagine. Talking with food in your mouth, about time someone tackled that one. Repetitive true crime. He gets into that one quite a bit. Or driving fast with nowhere to go.
how do you know that?
How would you know that?
Number 4, airline food. What is the deal with it?
Yeah.
All right.
Being asked if you have body goals.
So Manny explains to Patrick that there is a finite number of true crime stories. And Paddy doesn't understand that. And so Paddy's going, well, no. Like all these true crime shows, they keep doing the same stories over and over again. And Manny's like, well, yeah, that's because there's only so many crimes that you'd want to talk about or hear about that are interesting for people. And he doesn't understand that concept at all. He's just like, well, no, I mean, you could talk about something that happened to you. Or you could talk, it's like, no, that's not what true crime is.
Crimes of the heart.
In my book, that means you're not allowed to do true crime unless you go out and commit a bunch of crimes first. So
I'm surprised they've actually had that happen, I would imagine. It's the internet.
It's like firefighters do.
Where's the story on that, you know? Where's the coverage on that? Where's the coverage on the guy from Who Are These Podcasts? Nobody talks about him.
He's going around fucking
asking for money, right?
Yeah.
Get on your knees like your namesake.
He's assaulting people with his club foot. Trying to bring frosted tips back in style.
Oh, frosted tips. Okay. All right. That could be just a whole nother complaint. Let's. What do you think about talking with food in your mouth?
Manny, what the fuck?
So I believe that Patrick Michael started talking about Podcast Hitman, and then it just transitioned to you.
Oh, you might be right. Because he says, yeah, the WATP guy. Like, what did I do? I don't know. I live kind of a boring life. compared to these true
And
crime
it just
stories.
turns out that your frosted tips is way worse than killing your girlfriend and eating her.
I don't have frosted tips. Guys are the worst. All right, so then it comes back to Manny because, Paddy's complaints are ridiculous. So Manny's got a good one here.
You're not going to like my next problem,
Hit me.
but it's music beds and podcasts. 'Cause I just find them annoying.
Yeah, Manny. I messaged Manny because there hasn't been a new episode yet. I'm like, uh-oh. When you brought that complaint to that end of the show, he goes, no. We're just on a holiday break. All right, good. Thank God. Because I was like, wow, you're playing with fire right there, insulting Paddy to his face and what he likes to do. All right. So, yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier, where they go through their complaints, and then Manny tries to wrap things up, and I was like, no!
Now, do you want to wrap this up?
Well, let's do the fucking jokes, buddy. I got some stuff for you.
Yes, let's do the fucking jokes, buddy. This is exciting. This is what we don't get enough of on Patrick's live streams as well as his podcast. He's been live streaming like a motherfucker this week. I've gotten notes from many people telling me that he's killing it right now. So
before you play the jokes, I went on YouTube. I was going to pull a clip to throw into the one of my audio clips, and I had a notification that he was live. So I went and checked him out, hit record, because I thought for sure I was going to be able to pull something. And I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed it.
yeah,
When he was just talking about comedians and his views of comedy, I enjoyed it.
that's the
And
note
then
I
he's-
got
and-
from multiple people saying, by the way, I've been checking out Paddy's live stream. It's not bad. And he's getting some real views. One of them has 240 views on it already. The other one has 120 when last I checked. So people are checking in on this stuff. And people, I mean, they're way too long. They're 3 hours long. But just like you're saying, Doug, people are checking out and going, oh, it's actually not too bad. He's got some good takes.
Yeah, if he was to turn the chat off, not reference it at all, because he starts arguing, and then
Yeah.
I checked out at that point. But yeah, when he was just talking about comedy, I would listen to him.
Interesting. He's come a long way this one.
Yeah.
He really has. All right. Let's go back to his joke writing now.
Okay.
This is my favorite.
All right. Here's my. I don't even know what you're gonna expect. This isn't even the one that I had in mind, but I had to keep looking through them, and I found this, and I thought it was funny. I had a friend who literally was obsessed with driving. He drove as often as he could, and I can't fucking stand golf. just so dumb. You get what I mean? Though? It's there's something. Because then I would just go to the next thing. I'm not waiting for you to laugh. I'm going to the next joke.
Yeah, don't wait for the laugh on that one. Doug, you didn't laugh. Maybe
God, he made me look like an idiot.
maybe you didn't get the joke. You see, the word driving means multiple things.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Because sometimes words have two meanings. All right. Well, you didn't like that one. How about this one?
I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I was born with a spork and a rat tail.
That one I don't get.
That's why I keep going. There's no end. I just go right to the next joke. I'm not waiting for the thing. So what it is telling you a little bit about me. I'm poor, and
think-
my mom still has part of my hair somewhere in a book.
Go ahead.
He used that in that audio drama or something?
Yep. We've heard that one before.
Yeah. All right.
Is that why you didn't laugh? Just because you've heard it before?
It's played
Oh,
out.
that old gag? Yeah.
I loved Manny's response to that. It was so great. He's like, yeah, I don't get that one. Good for you, Manny. Not just giggling along. All right. We got another one. Joke number 3 coming in.
You'll love this one, especially some of the people that like our show. I'm not much for going out. It's not that I'm against it. It's just every time I go to a party, I'm eventually asked to leave, and I just can't keep driving drunk. Come on, man. That's
I mean, even if you're not asked to leave, you're still going to drive drunk home.
there's a way to make it. There's a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really dumb. That's really stupid. And Manny's just like, well, whether you get kicked out or not, like, what, you can still get an Uber even when you're kicked out. You know that, right? You can stand outside and wait for one. So Paddy didn't like that response, obviously.
Yeah.
But he decides, okay, good. And Paddy, to his credit, goes, I don't have a lot of friends to bounce things off of. You're a stand-up comic, Manny. Let's workshop this one. So this is these two workshopping that concept of not going out.
There's a way to make it. There's a way.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's another line that needs to go before the. I like the pullback though. Like you come in aggressive with the thing, and I just can't keep. You kind of whisper I just can't keep driving drunk.
Yeah.
I need. Maybe I should make it more specific on what I'm driving.
No. Why would being more specific on what you're driving help that joke? Paddy, come on. This is a guy who watches every stand-up special. He knows all the comedians. He's still not understanding what makes a joke funny. I like that his whole strategy is, yeah, I know that punchline's not very good. That's why I just keep plowing through to the next joke, the next joke, the next joke. If I go fast enough, it'll all work.
And just whisper it.
Yeah,
that'll
right.
work.
All right, so
I understand the punchline's not funny. That's why I just go to the next setup.
Right.
And then the next setup.
yes. All right, so now Manny to the rescue on this one.
Yeah, I mean, make it about how do you feel like when you leave? Are you crying as you drive? Are you upset about leaving? It's like,
Okay, how about this? I just can't keep driving drunk back to the store to buy another handle of liquor to go drink at home alone by myself while I cry. Is that too fast? We just cut off some of the words for sure.
Paddy goes, I hear you. No, you're right. How about this? I get kicked out of the party, right? And then I get in my car and I drive and I buy more booze. And then I go home and I drink those booze. All right, hold on a second. What the fuck? I love workshopping with Pat. That should be the show. Fuck these. What are you complaining about? Let's workshop jokes together. What do you got in your notebook? Let's sit down and see if we can turn this into a real joke. All right, I got one more clip from this show.
But that's pretty good. I get what you're saying. Add that element where it's like, not only do I get kicked out, I have to drive drunk to the store to buy more booze because I didn't steal any from the party like I should have. That's the punchline. And then I go to the next joke about stealing from parties.
He goes, I get what you're saying, Manny. Manny said none of those things. You're hearing yourself, my friend.
And then he goes into stealing from parties.
Yeah.
You guys do that, right?
And then I do my 10 minutes on stealing from parties. All right, I'm doing this sight unseen. Jody B posted a link in the Discord. He put together 22 seconds of what he calls Paddy is actually spitting bars. This is from his live stream. Let's see what Jody considers to be Paddy's best work here.
They need some young blood. All of them do. All these old men playing on the computer. Bringing nothing. Remember when you used to have to respect your elders because they held all the knowledge? At least that's what you thought. That was the perception.
All right, Jody, I don't know if I would have clipped that one myself, but all right, let's get back to what I had prepared for
Quality
us.
haircut, though.
Yeah, he's looking good, that's for sure. So this is the big deal that's going on right now. His shows have been taken down. Free Water, his best show, has all been taken off of the internet.
It's fucking gone. Gone. I literally got a email fucking
In your inbox?
almost a month ago
Oh, okay.
from Spotify
Okay.
claiming some sort of infringing
Okay.
within my show somewhere.
I bet he talked
It's
about Fleetwood
fucking
Mac.
gone. It is not on Spotify.
What
Not at all.
did
I think
you
Podbean
do?
still has it. I cannot upload any episodes whatsoever. But yeah, some sort of infringing. They didn't even specify. They sent a link with it, didn't specify. The link doesn't take me anywhere.
I don't trust his reading comprehension. I want to see that email. I want to see what it says because it's probably a rule or something highlighted on there. But I've listened to a bunch of these shows. I don't know what he could be doing wrong. Especially from a podcasting standpoint. Like podcasts are kind of on Spotify maybe it's different, but it's kind of the Wild West. Do whatever we want on these.
Oh, I would have to assume that it's infringement. I know Spotify does crack down every once in a while on if you play music and shit, and he's forever playing music beds.
Yeah, but isn't
Just
it?
like
It's his music though, isn't it?
Not well. I mean, like Snakes in the Grass. If you remember that was a stolen music bed. There's no telling what he's put out there.
I do remember that quite well. It still had the what are those little pieces where like
Oh, watermarks?
the little watermarks were still in the song because he didn't purchase the
I've
rights
got it
to
on the ready if you want to hear it.
I kind of do. Now that you have it, let's go. Is this the one that you're in, or is it the original?
Yeah, this is the one that I'm in.
Okay, good.
Those things are snakes.
You already know who it is, and I've been here for a while. They call me Animal, and I kill him with a smile. You can see me leave.
I miss PJ.
I miss PJ too. I was thinking about him the other day. I got to reach out to him.
So keep reviewing all his art, keep reviewing his podcast. It don't make him upset.
Give me the sign when you want me to fade it down.
He keeps on lying, saying he's never even heard of Carl. It's more likely he's watching his house with binoculars. And I'm a killer, I'm a ghost. And I leave you the most, and I don't give a fuck where you end up. We know that Todd's dreaming. He's Carl's nightmare. He wants him dead, but at the same time, he doesn't care.
Keep talking like you even know me, bro. We ain't never seen it, we didn't know me, bro.
He just rhymed the words, know me, bruh, with the words, know me, bruh.
I already
Yeah,
can say it
Santa
from
to a
there.
baby, and I do it too real.
Brilliant. God, I miss PJ. PJ was a guy, a unique talent. He could have the worst voice, never hit a note correctly. Rhyme scheme was atrocious, shoehorning everything, and it still works every time.
There was a charm to it.
There was not a song he sent me that I went, nah, not this one. Every single one was great. PJ, come back. We miss you, buddy. All right, let's get into this. Now he's trying to speculate on what he might have done wrong to get all of his shows taken down.
Still doing what I do. I might have said more than once, but is that copyright infringement?
Most certainly not. Is that copyright infringement?
Gets sued by big.
Hate crime. Is that copyright? Or?
Am I stealing that from someone? I don't think so. I don't fucking know, dude. It's baffling. But that's really the only reason why we're here.
Good.
I got to figure out what to do
Yeah.
because I still like the brand. I still like the Free Water name.
Me too.
I like everything that it stands for.
Yep.
And now it's just fucking what, dude? Great job, awesome. Just live streaming stupid shit. I don't even know.
Oh my God. I feel like we're back at square one all of a sudden. All right. One more clip from here.
Didn't he start Free Water because of you? Like,
Yeah.
it's in reference to you, right?
Yeah. Because the fish company tracks the fish to water or something like that. I forgot what his saying was, but that's where Free
Paddy
Water
logic.
came from.
But yeah, it has to do with you.
Yeah, it does. Yes. Which, I don't want him to lose that. So he's got a solution. Let's hear what he comes up with as he's kind of, obviously he's thinking through this and we're seeing him process this in real time.
Gets demonetized. Who's monetized? Who's monetized? Not me. So what do I give a fuck? Still put my shit out there. So I'm probably just going to start a Free Water YouTube channel. And I'll probably...
Paddy, no. Stop starting YouTube channels. You have enough YouTube channels. Focus on what this one almost has 1,000 subscribers. Put it on Great Job Awesome. What is he doing? He thinks everything needs a new channel, a new platform, a new name, a new logo. Stop it. Consolidate. This is the year of consolidation. Paddy, I like to brag on your behalf. I say you're the most prolific podcaster of all time. And I believe that to be the truth. I wouldn't say it if I didn't. And so whenever I talk about Paddy, people who don't know who he is, I go, you got to check out this guy, Paddy. Most prolific podcaster of all time. You have that title no matter what. All right? You don't have to worry about that anymore. Stop starting new shows and new channels and new whatever. Focus, my friend. Focus on this channel and build it, baby.
Play to your strengths, Paddy.
It's not monetized yet. It could be. You're almost there.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
And Carl, I don't want to spend your money, but what if you allow him to have a 20-minute spot on your Patreon every week? You pay him $20-$30 for every episode.
Okay.
And then you publish the episode of Free Water on your Patreon. It would be great cross promotion for Great Job Awesome.
I love it. I would definitely do that. He doesn't read my emails though. Not that I've ever tried to email him, but all right, I'm going to play this a little bit further. It's kind of interesting.
We archive some of the stuff, put up some of the stuff that I already have, and then put the new ones up. But of course, that's going to take time because I have to edit all of my audio into video form now for YouTube. So that'll be fun and a fucking giant waste of my weekend. Thank God there's no fights, though. Thank God there's no UFC event, or otherwise I'd have something else to actually do. Now I got to do this stupid shit, so fucking God damn it. It is beyond frustrating. And all I can think is one of these fucking lackeys of the vegetables or fucking Stuttering John or Opie, somebody got in there and fucking did something. Made a false claim.
He thinks Opie is spending his time trying to take him down? That's kind of, I thought he would accuse me of doing that. Obviously I wouldn't. I love his content. But it's funny that he thought it was the vegetables or Stuttering John or Opie.
Got in there and did something.
I mean, it's as good of a theory as any, I suppose. Why not? This is a quick clip that our buddy Doug in the Jingles department sent me. He's always checking out these live streams and seeing what's doing.
But you're supporting this fucking weird thing. You're keeping it alive. So I guess people could make the argument, fucking why are we here?
You know what I just noticed? I'm sorry, not to distract it. But his left arm is really tatted up. I believe he's right-handed. So are those all the tattoos he's putting on himself? Is his right arm just completely bare? And his left arm just
stick figures.
Yeah, right. He's trying
Mom.
to tic-tac-toe board. Yeah. That's funny.
Yet alive. So I guess people could make the argument, fucking why are we here? Why are we right here? But I already told you, it's not going to change. I'm not one of these guys that's just going to flip the script and be like, you know what? I'm going on fucking Who Are These Podcasts next week, guys. Hell yeah, get ready. I'm talking to Stuttering John next week. We're fucking teaming up. Fuck everybody. I don't care about none of y'all. You know what I mean? Fucking celebrity bullshit. Fucking weak as fuck anyways. Oh, people are supposed to be looking for your autograph on a fucking orange or some gay shit. It's stupid. What a giant waste of time. And yet there's these
Carl,
groups of people that continue to make...
Of course I will, buddy.
people that don't even have a skill popular. And I'm like, oh.
He's such a weird dude because he literally doesn't know what he's trying to accomplish in life. And I was messaging with Doug about this just this morning. Here's a guy who has been offered to go on the Anthony Cumia show and the Dick Masterson show. For me, those are the shows that put me on the map. It's the reason why we're still doing this from my basement all these years later, is because those guys gave me a chance, put me on their shows, and I started to build an audience from that. And Paddy's been given that chance, a chance that anybody, John Jamingo in the Discord would love that chance. And Paddy goes, nah, noon? Fucking get out of here. I got time for that shit. But I've just never met someone who really had no clue what they're even trying to do. It's not that he can't accomplish his goals. He doesn't know what they are. He wouldn't know. If you sat him down and just went, Paddy, what do you want this to be? What are you trying to accomplish? I don't know. Why would I think about that? He's like too cool to do that.
I think you're wrong. I think that you hit the nail on the head a couple years ago. I think it's just fear of success.
Yeah.
I think he knows what he wants. He's just scared it'll happen.
Okay, I'll give you that. But then why is he continuing to put out shows and make YouTube channels and do these things?
It is a conundrum.
Yeah, it's weird because if he's afraid of becoming successful at podcasting, then one thing he could do is just stop podcasting altogether.
That would cure that.
No more fear.
I think, Carl, you started WATP roughly 6-8 months before we started Who's Right.
Yeah.
And, you got bigger faster, but you still had that period for a year or so where you were podcasting for 100, 200 people. 2
years. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Right. And then you start getting all these messages, right? They start coming in way faster than you get more in a day than you got the previous 2 years.
Right.
It's a lot to deal with, right? And how you navigate that is what sets your course for the future.
Right.
And I think when he started getting that exposure, his brain doesn't allow him to process it. He doesn't know how to navigate it, but he doesn't want it to stop.
Okay. No, I understand what you're saying. And it can be a lot, but I think for myself and for you, I think I speak for both of us, we kind of got into this thinking that might happen. And if it did, that'd be kind of cool. Right?
Fair.
I remember my goal when I started podcasting with Kevin and myself just doing weekends as a hobby. My goal was to be popular enough that I could guest on other shows. That was literally, I didn't want to make money. My only goal was it'd be cool if people wanted to have Carl from Who Are These Podcasts on their show. And I don't know what Paddy's goal is or was or ever could have been, but he accomplished that very quickly. He could have done that.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to sound like he had a show to himself.
Yeah.
You know, or possibly his girlfriend.
Well, he claims, let's not forget, when he was asked this question by...
I know where you're going with this.
Was it Delvin Cox asked him? This was going back.
The legacy.
He goes, the reason why I do this is for my kids so that they can go back sometime when they're in their 30s or 40s and see what their dad was all about. Well, Spotify fucked you on that one, didn't they?
Paddy's Podcast.